Let's talk about one of the most commonly looked at figures in commercial real estate, the loan to value ratio, or the LTV ratio for short. So this one's really straightforward. It just equals the loan amount divided by the property value. So let me just give you a really straightforward example. Let's say I buy a house for $500,000. That's the property value. Then I put $100,000 down on the down payment, which means I need $400,000 for the loan. So that means my loan amount's $400,000, my property value is $500,000. The LTV ratio for that property would be 80%. That's a super simple, straightforward example. So the loan to value ratio tells you what percentage of a property's value is financed with debt versus equity. So in that example, the $400,000 that I financed in the loan is the debt, and the $100,000 that I put down myself in cash was the equity that I've already built. So it's indicating how leveraged the investment is. We can also use the loan to value ratio or LTV ratio to figure out what is the maximum loan amount that a bank might give for the purchase of a specific property. So if we rearrange this formula by just multiplying both sides by the property value, we'll end up with a formula that says the loan amount is going to be equal to the loan to value ratio multiplied by the property value. So here's the key relationship. A higher loan to value ratio is going to imply more leverage, and more leverage implies higher risk, whereas a lower loan to value ratio is going to imply less leverage, which will imply lower overall risk on the purchase of this property. So let's take a look at what that means for lenders and working with lenders. So these values that you're going to see on this screen are just some general guidelines for commercial real estate. This doesn't necessarily cross over into residential real estate. So if we look at these different ranges, if there's a loan to value ratio of less than 50%, it's going to be very conservative. That's a very safe purchase, and it might be easier to get approved by a lender for that amount of financing. But as you increase the amount of financing required as a percentage of the loan to value ratio, you might have a less likelihood of being approved for a specific loan, and the property becomes more risky. So in commercial real estate, in this range of 65% to 75%, this might be for some lenders the maximum loan they're willing to give for anyone who's looking to finance the purchase of a property. And then once we get up to above 80%, we're going to put this in the high leverage category, which often requires getting private mortgage insurance. Now, with residential real estate, it is extremely common to have 80% loan to value ratio where you put 20% down. So these ranges are not necessarily going to translate to residential, a family buying their own property. Now let's lock this concept into our brains with one very simple example. So let's assume that there's a property that's valued at $2 million and the lender approves a loan of $1.5 million. What would be our loan to value ratio? Well, that would just be the loan amount of the $1.5 million over the property value, which was $2 million, which is going to give us a loan to value ratio of 75%. Now, if this is commercial real estate, is this a risky loan to value ratio? Well, we can jump back to our table. See, we're going to slot in right into this category right here. And we're going to put ourselves in that aggressive category. So this would be pretty aggressive or risky financing. Level up your real estate career with the Wharton Online Real Estate Investing Program. Learn directly from Wharton faculty and leaders at Blackstone, KKR, Ares, and more. You'll master institutional grade analysis and modeling in a flexible 8-week format. Use my code Ryan for $300 off your tuition. Click the link in the description or pin comment to get started. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe for more just like it.